Joining us now, Wajid Shamsul Hassan. He is the High Commissioner in London for the government of Pakistan. Surya Gangadharan, Foreign Affairs Editor, also with us. First, you, Shamsul Hassan ji, there in London. Give us a sense. There seems to be a feeling in this country that Pakistan is now building a war hysteria. That this is a diversionary tactic to get away from the basic fact that the terrorists of 2611 are linked to the Pakistani state and the army and ISI in particular. Your response, sir?
Yeah, it's just pot calling the kettle black. You know, start building the war hysteria. We start with war-mongering slogans, demonstrations. Your entire media had been publishing stories that Indian Air Force is well poised to attack Pakistan. They identified the areas where it will strike. All these, deadlines have been given to Pakistan by the Indian media, 26th of December to 27th of Jan. So all these are, you are building a hysteria, not Pakistan. Pakistan has been playing very cool. It's not being drawn into any sort of controversy or any sort of, tit for tat. It has been playing, it measured steps it has taken so far. It has not responded to India's diplomatic coercion that it is applying and the cyber it is indulging in. As a matter of fact, Pakistan has been responding to it very, sensibly, telling Indians,
so what
let's
is
talk, let's start something
sorry to interrupt you. Sorry to interrupt you, sir. What is sensible about a country yesterday claiming in the Lahore blast that an Indian is involved? The next day, a Taliban group has claimed credit for it. Isn't this ridiculous tit-by-tat retaliatory policy? Doesn't that trouble you? That isn't it better that Pakistan simply...
No, it's not. It's not tit for tat. They have arrested Indian nationals. Mr. Shukla has been arrested. So again, we are investigating it. And so once the investigations are over, we'll come out with the facts. Now, you can imagine what we are doing and what we have done so far has been very sensible, and we have been taking all possible measures to satisfy Indians. Now, look at what the gentleman from Interpol, the chief of Interpol, Director General, Mr. Noble, said in Islamabad. The Indians have failed to provide them any evidence of who was responsible for Mumbai blast,
right.
and about the sole terrorists who they allegedly have, who is being allegedly held for being involved in the terrorist act.
Mr.
So
Hassan, India is not...
international organizations are not satisfied with what...
What we're trying to really say is that India has said that it has not completed its investigations just yet, and perhaps that is what the Interpol chief is waiting for as well. Mr. Hassan, tomorrow marks a year since Benazir Bhutto died. One of the men, in fact, that was put out on that high alert list after the 2611 was Hamid Gul, one of the men that Benazir Bhutto herself had named as perhaps one of the people plotting for her death. We're looking at a whole list of people, Mr. Hassan, who Benazir Bhutto herself saw as her own enemies who were in fact joining hands with terrorists in Pakistan. Wouldn't it be a good way to remember her on her death anniversary by actually joining hands with India rather than rushing troops to the border at this point of time?
No. As a matter of fact, I must interrupt you. We have been offering India to join hands. We have offered them joint investigation. We have offered them joint commission to make inquiries about it. But India has not responded. As you said yourself, that India has not yet completed its investigation. Then how can India give us evidence if it has not committed investigation?
Wajid Shamsul Hassan, your government, the government of Pakistan, Wajid Shamsul Hassan, the government of Pakistan is denying even that Ajmal Kasab now exists. This after the media of your own country had exposed the fact that Kasab was a resident of Faridkot. Why is Pakistan living in denial?
We have
so
not
why
denied.
is your...
No, this is not denial. We have just stated the facts that our records do not prove that Ajmal Kasab is a Pakistani national.
Are you denying what your own media exposed? Are you denying what your own media has exposed it? Shouldn't you? Isn't this the time?
Media, both sides is
1 year after Benazir's assassination by terrorists, isn't this the time where Pakistan should say?
Of the sort so far.
Geo TV, Dawn News have all exposed Kasab's links, sir.
I tell you something. The way you are talking to me, is part of that hysteria build-up. You are so emotional and you are so, not acting like a journalist. You should talk to me properly, in a cool sort of manner. Don't provoke me. I'm not going to get provoked by this sort of jingoistic language. I'm telling you this, I'm just stating the facts. I'm not deviating from facts. I've just stated to you, I've quoted Interpol's chief, what he said in Islamabad, that India has not provided any evidence. India has not provided any evidence about the Mumbai blast or the sole terrorist that they have supposed to have arrested. So what about these agencies, international agencies? So what have you got to say to them? If Pakistan is wrong, okay. Why what about
all right, Mr. Hassan, there is
it also wrong?
There is what you
Interpol.
You are certainly quoting one man, the Interpol, but we've seen just in the last 24 hours messages coming from key allies of Pakistan, Saudi Arabia. We've heard from China today, as well as from U.S. Assistant Secretary of State. All of them are saying the same thing. Pakistan must do more to crack down on terror. Mr. Hassan, are those voices something you are willing to listen to tonight?
Pakistan is carrying on a full-scale war against terrorism as no other country is doing. Pakistan has done more than its role in fighting terrorism. As a matter of fact, world, instead of supporting us, is joined the blame game. And the Americans or the Saudis or anybody, they have not said that Pakistan is involved in Mumbai thing. They say they want us to do more. They have always been wanting us to do more. Although we are carrying on a war against terrorism, they don't recognize it. So that is, that's what India has been successful at. He has been using coercive diplomacy and cyber to isolate Pakistan, and it will not succeed. We must tell you, that war is entrusted on us. We will not sit quiet. We will defend ourselves.